Yeah, man!
Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you chicken salad. Alright, so you're gonna need a crown of lettuce. I'm using a chicken's breast. I'm gonna debone the chicken's breast. You're gonna need lettuce, a carrot or two, an onion, bell pepper, tomato or cherry tomatoes, and I'm going to show you a way how you can use cabbage instead of lettuce. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe, and today I'm having it with Thousand Island. You can use your favorite salad dressing. Alright, you see, when preparing vegetables and chicken, make sure you have your own separate knives for vegetables and a different set of knives for preparing chicken or meat. Don't ever mix them. Get a bowl with some water, with enough water. We're going to wash our vegetables properly. This is a crown of cabbage, no, a crown of lettuce, a very large crown of lettuce, so I'm going to use only half. Cut lettuce in half. Remove the lettuce stem. Remove dying leaves or spoilage from the lettuce. What I like to do is, once I cut the lettuce in half and to remove the stem, I just cut that half in half. That way it's easier to handle. Now, drizzle several drops of distilled white vinegar in the bowl of water. Add your lettuce. Do as you see me doing and kind of wash. Let the vinegar water get between the lettuce and wash the lettuce properly. After that, remove this water and throw on fresh water and give it a final rinse. It's best if you do this part on the fresh running water. Let me make sure to tell you, that white thing that you see in the water is just water. It's just all the pipe, you know. When it comes out, it tends to have some little bubbles. So all that white thing is some tiny bubbles. Alright, so do as you see me doing and kind of remove the excess water from the lettuce that we just chopped. What I like to do is tilt it at like a 30 degrees angle and just allow the water to drain off while you prepare the other vegetables. I'm going to throw this water off, throw on some fresh water in the same bowl, just enough water. You see how the water is white? It's just bubbles. Alright, so drizzle several drops of distilled white vinegar. Now, this is our bell pepper. Some people call it, it's also known as sweet pepper. This is a green sweet pepper. You can use any color. Cut sweet pepper in half, or bell pepper. Cut off stem and clean out the inside. Once you do that, rinse the bell pepper properly. Sometimes it's dirty, so you gotta use your finger and rub the outside of it properly and make sure it's cleaned properly. Give it a final rinse. Put it in a bowl for later. This is a carrot. This is a large, slim carrot. Wash your carrot. Some people say the part that I'm about to scrape off, some people say that's the best part. If so be it, just wash the carrot properly, wash it, rub it under fresh running water, and be sure it's clean. then you can use it. But what I like to do is this. Alright, so I got a fresh bowl of water and drizzled several drops of distilled water in it as well. Now this is what I like to do with my carrot. I just lightly scrape it. Scrape the surface off. That way I'm sure it's clean. Once you do that, cut off ends and then wash the carrot properly. You notice I change water every time for vegetables. That's what you need to do too. You want to clean the vegetables properly. So I got a fresh bowl of water. Add some distilled vinegar, distilled white vinegar. Now I'm going to clean the tomatoes. I have this one tomato that I'm going to demonstrate. I'm just going to use these wild cherry tomatoes that I have grown in my yard. So you can use cherry tomatoes. It's windy outside, so if you see the light blinks, that's why. Alright, so wash the tomatoes properly. I'm just going to show you how you can use a cabbage instead. I'm not going to use a cabbage today. Do as you see me doing. Kind of remove the dying leaves from the cabbage and then trim off. If you have half like this and it's staying on the half side, you just trim it off. At the end of the day, you want clean cabbage. So trim off spoilage and be sure that the cabbage is clean. Remove the cabbage stem. Alright, get a bowl, add some water. What we like to do is add like a teaspoon of salt in the water and just let the cabbage soak in the water for between 5 minutes. That removes dirt and any insect that might stuck in it, that might be hidden inside the cabbage. Once you do that, give cabbage a final rinse on the fresh running water. Next, we're going to slice, dice, and chop. Alright, remember? I told you to drain. If you tilt the plate, it's drained, so there's no water in this cabbage right now. Get your cabbage. Not cabbage, lettuce. Oh yes, and you can use purple cabbage too instead. The purple cabbage is good. It's very strong. Alright, you see, you gotta cut alongside the cabbage where the length of the cabbage, you can see the length, so that when you cut it, you can get long little strips like these. So look alongside the cabbage and cut alongside the length. At the end of the day, you want long strips as tall as your finger. I call them strips. People call it flakes. You see? You see where you can obviously see. So just hold the cabbage and cut it about 1/8 of an inch or half-inch thickness. 1/4 inch to half-inch thickness. Or you can just rip it like how you just saw me did. I'm just going to demonstrate with the cabbage. Cut the cabbage in quarter. You see where the length lies? We can see a long, when I say length, the long, you see a length alongside the cabbage. That's what you want to cut. We're not making coleslaw, you know, we're making salad. Or if you have one of these shredder, you can get a shredder like this. Find out which side is best and use it instead. Like I said, this is just for demonstration purpose. But you can use cabbage instead of lettuce. But the secret with using cabbage, you gotta shred it fine. This is a carrot. This here shredder has several different grooves, so you can feel them out for yourself, try the different ones to see what they look like, which one you want to use, and shred carrot. I'm going to use this one here because it makes a nice little pattern that I like. Looks like it would be good for a demonstration, for display. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to use this pattern. Do as you see me doing and shred the carrot to your desired pattern. Just be cautious. You see, when you reach near the end, don't go all the way down to your finger. Once it's like an inch, that's it, you can stop. Just eat that. You can eat that little piece or give it to someone else, because you don't want to serve blood in the salad, so it's best if you do that. And so I'm gathering all my vegetables in a salad bowl. Now with the sweet pepper, I like to cut little strips or length of sweet pepper. So cut your sweet pepper, say about 1/8 between 1/16 of an inch thickness, and as long as your finger. You can also dice the bell pepper like this. Alright, so keep the vegetables separate in the salad bowl. Right, this is the tomato. I'm going to use cherry tomatoes today, but I'm just going to demonstrate. If you have one of these small tomatoes, all you need to do is cut off the stem and cut the tomato in quarters. In quarter. Such as this. Alright, so keep your salad bowl covered and put it aside for later. So this is a chicken's breast. It's cleaned and prepared. So remove the chicken's skin. Get a short blade knife like this and get between the chicken's flesh and the chicken's bone and debone the chicken. Do as you see me doing. We're not trying to be professionals here now. We just want to debone the chicken. So the idea is to just rub the blade of the knife on the bone of the chicken between the flesh, and then just kind of cut off the chicken's flesh off the bone. Just be careful. So that's the idea. That's what you want. Nice piece of chicken's breast, deboned chicken's breast. So do as you see me doing, kind of trim off the excess fat. Now we're gonna rinse this here piece of chicken's breast. I got a bowl with enough water. Drizzle several drops of distilled vinegar in the water. Now add the chicken's breast and wash the chicken's breast properly. It's best if you do this part on a fresh running water. Now throw off that water and give your chicken a final rinse. Once you do that, just kind of gently squeeze the deboned chicken's breast. Remove excess water. Next, get a chopping board that you use for meat only. Now we're gonna now we're gonna cut this deboned chicken's breast into biteable chunks. Alright, I plan to use an onion, so get an onion, a small onion, and peel it. Remove the brown leaf, cut onion in half. That's all we're gonna do. And put it in a bowl. Take your deboned chicken's breast and cut long strips alongside the length of the chicken's breast. You want it to be about 1.5 inches between 2 inches thickness. Once you do that, hold your length of cut chicken strips and cut 1.5 inches between 2 inches biteable chicken chunks. Alright, that's the idea. That's the size you want. If you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, you can always cut them individually. Cut like strip at a strip. One strip you just cut chunks. Alright, so once you do that, add your chicken chunks to the bowl and just kind of rub the two pieces of the onion into your chicken chunks. Use a lid to cover the bowl properly and allow it to marinate for a while. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you how to make chicken salad. Delicious. We're not gonna boil any chicken. We're not gonna boil chicken. Alright, when preparing a salad with meat, be sure you keep your chopping mats or chopping boards separate. So in other words, don't use the vegetables on the meat chopping board. Now, put a medium-sized saucepan to heat. Put the stove gauge on 4 medium low. Be sure the saucepan is dried out properly. Ensure no water is in the saucepan. After a minute, no, less than a minute, we're not waiting for it to, you just want to be sure no water is in the saucepan. Add cooking oil. I use coconut oil. You can also use olive oil for this method. And don't worry about if I'm eating too much oil or if the chicken is going to be oily. It's not going to be oily, but it's going to be cooked and it's going to be delicious. Alright, so the idea is once you add the oil, be sure it's quarter way up, no more than quarter way up. That way when you add the chicken, it won't overflow, mess the stove up, and might cause fire. After 5 minutes, and you see a little smoke like this, and the stove gauge is on 4 medium low. Now add chicken chunks. I like to use this oil scammer. It's easier, but you can use a spoon with a filter spoon like. Alright, so add your chicken chunks to the eating oil. Watch the overflow of the oil. You don't want it to overflow, so watch it while you're adding the chicken chunks. Once you do that, just allow it to stay for about 30 seconds or so before you move it. This is the half onion. You can cook the onion too as well, if you don't like raw onion like me. But you can also use raw onion if you like raw onion. After 30 seconds, between 40 seconds, get a cooking spoon and kind of separate the pieces. The chicken's chunks won't be sticking to the pot's bottom and they won't be sticking on each other either. You just need to kind of separate them so that it can fry properly. After that, allow. Stove's gauge is on 4 medium low. Allow. After 2 minutes, we're not gonna cook these chicken chunks long. This is what it looks like. You just give it a couple stirs and allow. Get a bowl ready. Add a paper towel, a thick paper towel in the bowl. 4 minutes now, and this is what it looks like. You're on the right track. To be sure the chicken is cooked properly, you can always take a piece and cut right in the middle and look to see. If you see rawness, it's not ready. But once it's white like this, it's ready. And you can always taste the piece too as well to see how it tastes. And you notice I didn't add any salt to this chicken. So it's between 5 minutes and you're finished. Turn the stove off. Now remove the cooked chicken's chunks. Use a spoon that filters. I know you saw that. If a piece of the chicken drop on the stove surface, you don't need to throw it away. What I just did is just throw it back in the oil. If there were any germ on that piece of chicken, once I throw it in the oil, it died. But if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you don't have to. Allow the chicken to cool. You can also put this chicken in the refrigerator, but allow it to cool first. It's not wise to put anything warm nor hot in the refrigerator. Or you can leave it at room temperature. This is cooked chicken's chunks for chicken salad. And now I'm gonna assemble our salad. So get a thong, thong, and there's no set rule as to how you can assemble. I'm sure they probably have method, rules and regulation, but if you're at home and you're serving it to yourself and family and so forth, you know, I'm just doing this for presentation really. So what I'm doing now, I laid or chopped, cleaned lettuce on a clean salad plate. I placed several pieces of tomato alongside the lettuce. I put some shredded bell pepper with it as well. Next I add my carrots, my shredded carrots. The chicken's chunks is not oily, and if it even is, it's okay to eat a little oil. If you use healthy oil like coconut oil or olive oil, you're safe. This is the cooked onion. Now let's place your cooked chicken's chunks on top. Besides, all these salad dressings that's out there, many of them have in oil. This is chicken salad. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Subscribe, like, share. You should try toasting this salad yourself and give us feedback. Chicken salad. Chicken salad. JamaicaDinners.com recipe. Chicken salad. Time to show you how delicious this is gonna be. Alright, so I like to use Thousand Island salad dressing. I also like French, and I don't think I've ever tried the others. I think Italian too. Oh, blue cheese. I think I like that too as well. You can put in the comments below your favorite salad dressing. Alright, so I'm just shaking it well. My favorite is Thousand Island, but I also like French too as well. Pour however much of your favorite salad dressing over this chicken salad. It's tangy. Anybody know the flavor of Thousand Island? That's the flavor I'm tasting. The chicken is just right. This particular salad actually reminds me of a very popular restaurant. That's the name starts with M. See, the chicken is cooked. The flavor takes me right back to that restaurant. You notice I didn't use any salt. I personally, well, let me explain something to you. You see, here in Jamaica, when you talk about boiled chicken, most of us skin up our face when you talk about boiled chicken because we don't like boiled chicken. We never eat boiled chicken in this country, period. So when you say boiled chicken, most of us kind of frown, like boiled chicken. Ugh. So we like to cook. We cook everything and we like to cook it properly. So this is what I do when I make chicken salad. Sorry for those of you who believe you shouldn't eat any oil, but your body need oil. You're not gonna drink it like a soda, but your body need oil. Oil helps your joints, help your blood flows properly, a lot of things. I'm not talking butter now, you know. I'm not talking cholesterols either. I'm saying oil, healthy oil. Keep your body in good working order. I got this from Japan. Alright, so you see me enjoying this chicken salad. It's very flavorful. It's not anything special. It tastes exactly like a chicken salad. The chicken is just plain. I'm just tasting pure chicken. I didn't use almost anything to season it. I didn't use anything to season it. You could have just cooked it just as it is. Add no onion, no salt, and you just fry it for 6 minutes and it's finished. I am actually enjoying this chicken salad. The chicken is juicy and flavorful. Like I said, I'm tasting pure chicken. vegetables clean. They're very crunchy. I don't know if you can hear it. These wild cherry tomatoes are kind of sweet, have a nice little sweetness. The bell pepper is crunchy. The carrot, crunchy. I believe if you shred the vegetables in big chunks, you'll get a good eating experience. Remember now, this is a salad, you're not eating a dinner, so you want it to have the same essence as if you're eating a dinner. And it's very filling. Look, it's not oily. See, I'm squeezing it and you don't see no oil. You don't see no oil pouring out of it. Alright, until next time. Bye.
Yeah, man!